Hello, I'm Dr. Akshay Mehta, cardiologist, Mumbai, India. And today I would like to talk to you about taking your own blood pressure at home. Why and how? In about 20 to 30% of people, by a conservative estimate, the blood pressure reading taken in a doctor's clinic or in a hospital does not reflect a person's true blood pressure. This is not due to a faulty technique or inaccuracy in the instruments, but it is due to the impact of environmental stress and due to other factors. In some people, the blood pressure is overestimated in the clinic and it is higher than what the person's actual blood pressure or true blood pressure is. This is known as white coat hypertension. It does not require immediate treatment. All it requires is a close follow up and regular checkups and lifestyle changes. On the other extreme, we have other patients in whom the blood pressure is normal in the clinic, but it is high at home or outside the clinic. And if we rely on blood pressure readings only in the clinic, then we may miss hypertension in these people, and these people may be exposed to the future risk of complications of hypertension when if not treated. So, for these reasons, it is important to measure blood pressure outside the clinic also, besides measurement in the clinic. Also, the other advantage is that the blood pressure readings are taken in a natural environment, one's own familiar environment. They can be taken repeatedly over days and weeks. And the more the number of readings of blood pressure we have in familiar environment, more closely they are related to their actual blood pressure. Also, it has been known that future complications of hypertension are more related to the home blood pressure readings than the clinic blood pressure readings. Thirdly, it is very important and useful to have home blood pressure readings because one can assess the response to treatment and one can tailor the treatment according to the blood pressure readings at home. Finally, it has been shown that the control of blood pressure is much better if we rely on home blood pressure readings. The other way to measure blood pressure outside the clinic is what is known as ambulatory blood pressure monitoring, which is done with an instrument tied to your arm and waist, and in your routine activities the blood pressure is measured automatically every half an hour or 1 hour, and the whole 24 hours readings are taken. But home blood pressure readings is much more convenient, easily available, and can be done by oneself. And also very important is that it can be done for days together. Nowadays, there are instruments used at home which also can be programmed to take 1 or 2 readings at night also. So night readings are also important. So the home readings now, home blood pressure measurement is very useful, and these are all these advantages are there. Now, who should buy an instrument for home readings? One is people in whom blood pressure has been diagnosed on the basis of clinic readings. Secondly, people who are already started on treatment and one wants to assess the impact of treatment on blood pressure. Then thirdly, people who have some complications of hypertension like heart condition or have had stroke or kidney disease. In them, it is very vital to know that the blood pressure is under proper control. Now, the next question is, how do you go about taking blood pressure at home? So the first thing is to buy a good digital instrument. And now, how do you know which is a good digital instrument? And the important thing is use instruments which measure blood pressure at the upper arm and not the wrist instruments or the finger instruments. Now, if you type validated BP instruments on the Google bar, you will get a number of sites which official international sites which give you proper validated instruments. You can choose any one of them. Once you've chosen them, you have to also choose the BP cuff size. BP cuff size means the inflatable bladder which is inside the cloth covering, and that inflatable bladder, if you can feel it, should have a length which should cover at least 80% of your arm circumference and a width which covers 40% of your arm circumference. So that is the BP cuff size that you must choose. And how do you take the blood pressure? Well, firstly, always when you take the blood pressure, see that you have passed urine, your bladder is empty. Number two, for half an hour before taking the blood pressure, there should be no food intake, coffee, alcohol, cigarettes, and no exercise. Always take blood pressure before you take your tablets. So these are the conditions before starting the blood pressure measurement. Your position should be, you should be sitting on a chair with backrest, with both the feet on the ground, without crossing your legs. Don't talk when you take blood pressure. No texting, no use of cell phones during the blood pressure measurement. So sit quietly for 4 to 5 minutes and then you can check your blood pressure. Tie the BP cuff on your arm so that the tubing points downwards, and the tubing lies somewhere in the center of the arm, and the lower edge of the blood pressure cuff should be about 1 inch above the elbow, and the BP cuff should be tied smugly enough, not too tight, not too loose, so as to just allow a finger or two to go inside. So this is how you tie the BP cuff. Always wear short sleeve or loose shirts so that you don't have to roll them tight. They should be, ideally always use short sleeve shirts when you take blood pressure. So rest your arm on a table near the chair so that the upper arm is at the level of the heart, and connect the tubing to your instrument and check the blood pressure. Always check blood pressure twice every time you do it. Once in the morning after you wake up, once before dinner, and once at night. And always check the blood pressure at the same time every day. Now, how many days do you measure? Well, if you want to confirm diagnosis of hypertension, then measure it for about 4 to 8 days consecutively, and record all the readings on a piece of paper or in a diary. You can skip or ignore the first day's readings, and the rest of the day's readings take an average, and that is your true blood pressure. And that is how you make out whether the blood pressure in the clinic and your home blood pressure are correlating or not. Now, if you are taking the blood pressure to know the response to treatment, if treatment has already been started, then wait for about 1 or 2 weeks, because treatment effect takes about 2 weeks. And after that, for about 4 to 7 days, take your blood pressure, write it down and show it to your doctor so that he can make a judgment as to whether the treatment is working or not, or whether he has to change the treatment a bit or not. And once the blood pressure is under control, for long-term monitoring to know whether your blood pressure is under control or not, take the blood pressure once a week or once in 3-4 months for about 3-4 days. So that is how you kind of monitor your blood pressure over a long term. And what is the ideal blood pressure to have at home? Well, the average blood pressure should be less than 130/80, but not below 110/70. Now, one important caveat is that don't worry if your blood pressure fluctuates a little bit, which can happen with stress, with, for example, exercise or an exciting TV show, or sometimes the blood pressure can fall after a heavy meal. So don't worry too much. Unless your blood pressure is more than 180 or 190, there is no need to press the emergency button or call somebody. You can just note it down, and the next day or after a few days you can inform your doctor that your blood pressure was like this. For the first time when you check your blood pressure, always check the blood pressure in both the arms, and then onwards always check the blood pressure in the arm which has shown a little higher blood pressure, because sometimes there could be a difference of up to 10 to 15 millimeters between the two arms. If the difference is more than 20 millimeters, then inform the doctor, because that is abnormal. But slight difference is always there, and always measure the blood pressure which shows in the arm which shows the higher pressure. So this is how you have to take your blood pressure, and I hope this helps you in keeping the blood pressure under control. And if there are any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. More detailed idea about the blood pressure measurement and blood pressure hypertension is in my next book that has already come. It's available on Amazon, Romancing the Heart, Understanding, Preventing, Reversing and Healing Coronary Heart Disease. And I would be happy to answer your questions. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.